Hey, everybody. How are you this evening? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Super excited to be here and just to kind of see how everybody's Christmas is going, the holiday is going, and all Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, all of that good stuff. And I really want to pop in tonight because I've kind of been doing what I normally do as the new year is approaching. And so I just wanted to pop in and share a few tips on taking a sip for the new year. We're using SIP as an acronym. Y'all know I love acronyms. So we're going to be talking about taking a sip for the new year and three things that moms should be doing right now. So good evening. I'm Deborah. I am your mom coach, and I'm here to support you in this journey of motherhood so that you don't ever lose connection with that woman you were before having kids, because she still matters. She still has goals. She still has things she wants to accomplish. And sometimes in motherhood, we will put ourselves on the back burner, thinking that it's important for everyone else to be first, to go first. And I don't want us to do that. And so my goal really is to support you in remembering how important you are, and how do we still allow all those things that you want to do to be front and center while your family is still extremely important. So happy to be here. Happy to have you guys join me. Listen, y'all know I don't have a lot of fluff. I get right to it. I don't wait for people to join. I'm not doing all that. We're just going to go ahead and get right to it. So if you're here, say hello. I hope I'll be able to see the comments, but let me know where you're watching from. And we're going to dive right in. The great thing about a new year or anything new, a new year, a new month, a new birthday, any of that, the great thing about something being new is that it is a great time to switch things up. It's a great time to self-evaluate. Hey, someone said hello. Let me know who you are, because I'm using StreamYard. So either let StreamYard use your name, or when you put your comment, put your name so I can say hello. Hi, someone from Chicago. Hello, Chicago. Good to have you. But when we're talking about new year, new opportunities, new systems, new way to see things, it's just a great opportunity. Hello, Delaware. Hi, Cameron. It's good to see you. It's just a great opportunity to begin to do something new. Hello, Miriam. How are you? And so that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about 3 easy ways to be able to look at the new year as it's coming in, and what are the things that I can now be doing for myself, for my home, for my family, me personally, as well as to benefit my family. I want us to remember, too, that as we're talking about the new year getting started, I know there are all kinds of resolutions people make and vision boards. And hello, Jojo. My son is on, y'all. And those things are fine. I am not a big resolution maker. I am not a big vision board maker. I've done both of those in my life, in my 50 some odd years of living. For me, they were not the most productive, because although my vision board looked really pretty, I did not have the steps to accomplish those things. It was just, I want this, I want to do that, I want to have that. My goal now, and what I do now, is I start each year with a word, and I approach each decision and things in my life with this word in mind. This year, my word is believe. And I think 2020 has taught us that we really can get through more than we thought if we believe, if we focus. For me, it's about my faith and believing in Christ and being able to take what I know He's promised me and root it and ground myself in those things. So I want you to be thinking, it's a new year. The question that I ask myself every year is, what do I need in place to make me a better me for the upcoming year? What do I need in place to make me better? And so I want you to think about asking yourself that question. What do I need to have in place to be a better version of me? And this is a great time to do this in your home as well. It's a great time to begin streamlining your systems, thinking about what is in place that's working, what's not working, what are the things that my family need of me, from me, for me to be better, for them to be better. And so I want to just go ahead and dive right in. I know that for me, as I look at my family, it's always been about how do I streamline things? How do I get systems and things in place that everybody can join in, right? Not just systems for me, not just the stuff that I'm doing, right? But I need systems in place that my family can also get on board with, so that my name is not being called every 5 minutes. Mommy, where is the Debbie? I can't find the mommy. How about this? I don't know what to do. Right. So having systems in place, everybody's on board with, so that everybody has a bit more independence. They kind of understand and know what's happening. And so you're needed less in that way. So you're actually given kind of the independence back over to the people in your house. I think about chores and, how do I make things easier for people to get done automatically, so that I'm not having to say, okay, make sure you wash the dishes. Okay, make sure you take out the trash. Okay, make sure you clean your room. How do I make the systems part of the fabric and the atmosphere of our home so they're done automatically? And, I think about Michelle Obama. And when they first got to the White House, the Obama family, she had a meeting with the staff and explained to them that the girls were going to be responsible for making their own beds and washing their own clothes. And I thought that was so interesting, because they've got this huge staff. Why in the world would you make these girls do that? And her point was, because they're not going to be living here forever. They're going to need to know how to keep their rooms clean. They're going to eventually have roommates. They're going to need to know how to wash their own clothes. They'll be in dormitories. And I just appreciated her vision and her being able to look ahead and realize, thank you, but they need to do this for themselves. And so when your kids are telling you, Mom, nobody makes anybody do chores anymore, that's old fashioned, none of my kids' parents, well, just tell them Michelle Obama did. And so am I. All right. So we're gonna rock with that. Okay. So if you are able to assign tasks and systems to people so that you don't have to touch it anymore, you don't have to remind people how to do it anymore or to do it anymore. It's now theirs, right? Ownership is what we're talking about. Your family taking ownership into what's being done, what's in the house. Monica says, we do chores in this house. Indeed. We do, did, and will always in this house as well, Monica. Absolutely. But the idea is really giving it to them so it's theirs. I find that the more we have to remind, it comes across as nagging and kind of like Charlie Brown's teacher. They hear want, they're not really listening. So being able to create the system in your house where people know what's theirs and they take ownership of it. Great example. So this week we found a safe way for our adult kids to visit. We couldn't figure it out for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was such a short holiday one day, but because of the length of the Christmas holiday, we found the sweet spot and the safe way to do it. So they were here, and my son-in-law says, I do dishes. I do the dishes. That's how I contribute. One of the ways I contribute in our apartment, in our home with Chanel. So I can do the dishes. And I was like, oh, yes, you are the young man we've been praying for forever and ever. So that kind of thing where they just know, okay, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this child's doing dishes. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, this child does dishes, or one night it's pizza night and we use some paper plates, but assign them the task and give it over to them. And it's theirs. It's theirs to remember. Someone says, I can't seem to stop reminding because no one does things in a timely manner. Yep. And you know what? But that has to be part of your system. Right. So for me, my kitchen closed an hour after dinner. So the dishes had to be done. The counters had to be cleaned like that. The floors had to be swept. So part of your system, you need to put that time in there. And so that it's not just left like, I'll do the dishes before I go to bed. Well, they're up till 2 a.m. sometime. And that doesn't work. Now, unless for some, that may work. For some, it may be as long as when I get up, the dishes are done. I don't care. I don't care when they do it. For me, it was about timely as well. And so I had to build that into my system that, okay, the kitchen is going to shut down at this time. So all that stuff needs to be taken care of so that it's done. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And when we're thinking about the new year as well, I want you to be thinking about what's going to make me better. What do I need in place for this coming year that I didn't have last year that's going to make me better? Better may mean make you less stressed. It may mean you being needed less, that your children and, in your home have a bit more independence, that they are really required to do more for themselves. Being better may mean achieving a goal. You know how we have those goals that we just move over to the next month, and then we move them over again, and then we move them into another year, right? So you may need some systems around, how do I not only set the goals that I'm setting, but accomplishing them? Maybe it's accountability. Maybe it's a book club. If you've been wanting to read books, but you're not reading them, maybe you join a book club, because you're not going to show up for a discussion if you haven't read the book. Right. So putting those systems in place to support you and to support your family. Maybe it's about achieving those things that we continue to say we're going to do, we're going to accomplish. Y'all know that I want to be a drummer. Y'all know that inside there's a Sheila E in me. And at some point, y'all, I am taking drum lessons, and I may let y'all peek in when I start. But that's a goal of mine. It's something that I have put off, but it's something I want. Miriam says, I never thought of putting time into the system. Absolutely. Absolutely. That therein is what takes away the need for the reminding, because it's part of the chore, right? It's not just that you're washing the dishes. It's that the kitchen's closing at this time. And so that's part of it. That has to be included in it as well. And so we're going to talk about three things. S.I.P is our acronym. So we're talking about three things that we can be doing right now to step into 2021 stronger. And we'll unpack this a little bit more once we get into January about starting 2021 strong. But right now we'll use S.I.P. And whether you're sipping on New Year's Eve in something like this, or whether I'm a tea fanatic, whether you'll be sipping in something like this, tonight we are going to take a sip for the new year and talk about these three things. The first one is simplify. Here's one thing that I learned in 2020 that is seared in my brain. I have way more than what I need. I have way more stuff than what I need. I have way more clothes than what I need. I have more kitchen gadgets than I need. And so part of 2020 for me was simplifying, and it was about decluttering. That is one of the principles to simplify, is declutter. And so here's how this looks for kids, okay? And this is a great way to get your kids on board with decluttering. Give them 3 bags. Two huge trash bags, one regular size trash bag. The 2 huge trash bags, one is giveaway, one is throwaway. That third normal size trash bag is what they're going to keep. And if that means you tell them your dresser, I want you to go into your dresser, I want you to try on all of your clothes. Look, they can do this while they're binge watching TV or something on the computer. Try on your clothes. You need to have a giveaway, a throwaway, and the stuff that you're keeping. Because many times there's so much stuff in their drawers, and there's stuff and clothes in there, and there's stuff in there they can't even wear anymore. It doesn't even fit, but they just have it. Or whether it's their closet. If you've got young adults home, send them to the pantry and let them start. Okay, so I need y'all to throw away everything that's outdated. My daughter does this for me a couple times a year when she comes to visit. Just everything that's not outdated, throw it away. The refrigerator, our junk drawers. Yeah, I'm going through mine probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. But this is just a great time as you're going into the new year. Get rid of the stuff that's in your way, right? We spend so much time looking for stuff because we got all this other stuff we're not using. We have multiples of. Look for a young adult getting their first apartment and give them one of the sets of dishes that you have. I do this every couple of years or so. Give them some of the drinking glasses you have. Give them, 4 or 5 of the millions of mugs that you have that you're not using. But begin to declutter, and teach your children how to declutter their own lives and their own spaces. It's difficult to process and get stuff done when it's just jam-packed with just stuff. Some of the stuff we're not even using. Another way to simplify is delegate. We talked a little bit about that a few minutes ago. Giving a child and a husband a task. So for my husband, and Cliff is genius at this, right? He cooks all the meats. Generally always, but definitely for a Thanksgiving or Christmas, like he does the meats. We don't even talk about it anymore. It's not even a question. He buys them, he seasons them, he cooks them, boom, done, done. So delegate. Something should belong to someone else that you don't have to keep following up on. Laundry. If you have a fourth grader or older, they should be doing their own laundry, sorting, washing, drying, folding, and putting away, the entire process from beginning to end. And if you have a child that's younger than fourth grade, what part of that process can they do? Can they sort? Can they drag their hamper to the laundry room? Can they put the stuff in the washing machine? These are life lessons and things they're going to have to do for themselves anyway. And the fact that we hold on to these things and do it for them, it's a couple of reasons. One is because I can do it faster than having to sit down and tell you about it and tell you how to do it. And I've been that person. Like, I don't even feel like explaining it. Just give it to me. I'll do it myself. It does me a disservice, and it does them a disservice. So wherever your child is and whatever age they're in, this is a process that they should be able to do mostly on their own, but definitely working towards it. Another way to begin to simplify: outsourcing and insourcing. Listen, companies do this all the time. You're running your home. You don't have to do everything. There's a lot to do, but who said that you have to do it all? Mostly we tell ourselves that we have to do it all. So whether that means once a month someone comes in to clean your home, why not? There are coupons, coupon codes, first time users of all these different apps where you can get a home cleaned. I just saw one yesterday, $129. Your whole house clean. Maybe do it seasonally, if not monthly. For each season, just have someone come and do a deep cleaning. Why not? Why not? Someone said, who said I have to do it all? Come on. Who says? We think we have to do it all. We really don't. It's just Cliff and I at home now. Our kids are grown and gone. I send our laundry out sometime to get done. There's an app, SudShare. I'll put it on here. SudShare. You tell them you want them to pick up your clothes. What time? You sit your clothes out. Literally 24 hours later, those clothes are cleaned, washed, and folded. So, think about when you're going to have a crazy week, whether it's because of work, whether it's getting back in the flow of school, whether it's virtual or in person. If you know that these are the crazy weeks in the month, insource or outsource something for yourself to be able to better handle just the stuff that you have to do. Meal prep, Home Chef, Sunbasket, like there's tons of them. And if you're using it for the first time, there's some kind of coupon code. It's a great way to even help teenagers begin to prepare food. Why not get Sunbasket or Home Chef? And one night a week, your teenagers are responsible for reading those directions and preparing that meal. Why not? Why not? The other thing when you're talking about simplifying is looking at our lives and figuring out, what am I doing that has run its course? And y'all know we have a lot, whether we're volunteering, whether it's stuff at work, whether we're involved in different projects and things at work where really I've done my part and really y'all can take this and finish it now. I'm really not needed on this call right now. I'm really not needed on this Zoom call. I've made my contribution. You guys can kind of run with it. What are the things you're involved in that have run their course? And it's time for you now to pass the baton on to somebody else. Look, this is simple. Simply take a piece of paper, right? Just put work, personal, home, and just list the things that I'm involved in at work that have run its course that really somebody else can pick up on. Personally, it may have to do with committees at church, at school, in your community, in your neighborhood, but things that you've done and worked on that have run its course, and it's time for someone else to step in. And find that person, right? It's better to be able to leave a position saying, you know what, I've done my part. This person would like to now step into this role and this opportunity and this responsibility. But it's about simplifying our lives as we're moving into 2021. That was S. I is invest. And we're talking here, when we're talking about investing, we're talking about our time, our talent, and our treasure. All of those things are investments. All of them are valuable. But here's the question. How are you doing on the ROI? What's been the return on the investment? And are you satisfied with it? What's been the return on the things you're investing your time in, your talents in, and your treasure in? And so for our time, we invest our time in many ways: social media, television, reading, resting, exercising. What's the ROI? What's the return on your investment in the ways you've been investing your time? And are you pleased with the ROI? And if you're not, then this is a time to reevaluate how you're spending your time and how maybe you should be spending your time. Maybe there's a better way to spend your time. I have this, I think we all do on these smartphones, right? We have a way to track our hours on these phones. It's startling. Set that up on, I have an iPhone, I'm sure Android probably has a version of it as well. Track the time that you're on there. Better yet, set a timer when you're going on social media. Give yourself 30 minutes, because we've all been there. I'm not a big Pinterest girl, but we're all, whatever your thing is, right? Whether it's Facebook or IG, whatever it is, we think we're going to be on there for a minute and an hour has gone by. Or dare I say 2 hours have gone by. Your time is precious and it's valuable. What's the return on the ways you're spending your time? What are you getting back? Your talents, that's at your job. That's your natural talents and abilities, how you help others, your volunteer work. What's the ROI? The way that you're investing your talent. Are you pleased? Are you pleased with the return that you're getting for the way you're investing your talent and your treasure, our money? Where are you investing your money? How are you investing it? In stocks, in people? We all give, or gifts, or what have you, causes that we believe in that will sow to. Yourself. Are you investing in you? Have you determined and decided this is the next thing that I need to invest in for myself? This is the next thing that's worth the investment. Why? Because I'm worth the investment. I'm worth the investment. Many times we look at things and think, oh, that's a good investment. That'll be a good investment. But are you worth the investment? Have you determined for yourself, I'm worth investing in? We do it for our kids all the time. ACT prep course, soccer, private coaching for soccer. We invest in all kinds of things for our kids, for others. What's the thing that you need? What was the question we asked, right? At the very beginning, we said the question was, what do I need in place to make me better this year? You can't Google everything. We think we can, and we can't. Cameron says, any suggestions for moms in 2021 who are struggling to invest in or rediscover their passions after children are independent? That is such a great question. And I love that you're asking that question. And I do have a couple of suggestions about that. And here's where I'll start with that. First of all, congratulations on raising children that are becoming more independent. Cheers to you, because we assume that we'll get there, and everybody's journey there is not a straight path. It's not a direct line. And so kudos to you for that. The other thing I would say is, if you're ready to make that investment and you know that there are things that you want to now do because you've got the freedom and the availability to do that, think about investing in a coach. Think about investing in a life coach, or someone that can hold you accountable, someone that can help you set the goals, someone that's going to help stretch you beyond what you would stretch yourself, and someone that's going to hold you directly accountable to what you say that you want to do. A lot of times we'll say, well, I kind of do that with my girlfriends. Well, our friends don't want to do that. Our friends don't want to be the one that's every time we're on the phone. Did you do this? Did you know you said you wanted to do that? You know you wanted to. Our friends don't want to do that. And sometimes I heard someone say, when we pay attention. And so what are the passions? What is it that you want to do? Who is a coach that can serve you in that? Who is living the life and doing the thing that you want to do, right? Don't invest in someone that's not living the life and doing the thing that you want. It's got to be someone that's doing what you want, because you want the proof. You want the proof that they can do it, not only for themselves, but for others. So that would be my suggestion. That would be it. It is important to have those people that we give permission in our lives to step in and to speak to us in ways that are going to hold us accountable. And for our friends, that can be, they don't want to do that. Friends don't want to do that. So when we're talking about investing, right, we left off with treasure and investing in stocks, whether it's stocks, people, your 401k, the causes you believe in. Don't leave yourself out of that. If your child came up to you right now and said, Mom, I found the course that I want to take that I know is going to help me pull up my ACT score to get into my dream school, we're doing it. We're doing it. I had to have a conversation with my husband at some point. I was like, you know what? The kids are doing good. They're on their own. You're rocking it. I got an investment I want to make in me now. And he was all in. So don't neglect and leave yourself out when you're talking about making an investment for the betterment of yourself and for your family. Because when you show up whole and when you show up better, it is a blessing to everyone. Okay, so that's I. So we've done simplify for S, I for invest, and P is prioritize. And this one is a tricky one for me. I'm a real stickler for how we use the word priority. So it depends on how you prioritize. Some people prioritize with lists. I do that too. First thing to do, second thing to do, third, fine. Some people prioritize in groups. This is the primary group of stuff I need to get done. This is a secondary thing. This is a tertiary thing. That's fine. Some people prioritize by using the word priority, right? This is my priority. But this is what bugs me. This is kind of one of my pet peeves. These are my priorities for the day. The word priority is a thing. The definition for priority is a thing that is regarded more important than another. So I don't ever have a group of priorities. My priority is the thing that has to get done today, no matter what. It is the thing that needs my attention, no matter what. But here's what I want to tell you. If you're not the priority, if you're not making yourself the priority, then what happens is you're giving, but not from a cup that's full. Many times we're giving even when there's not a lot in there, right? We're pouring out. What and how do you pour into you? I call it deep self-care. I'm not really talking about mani-pedis, which is fine. I love a good mani like the next girl, right? But that's maintenance. I don't really see that as self-care. That's just me maintaining. I get my hair done. That's not self-care. Like, am I supposed to walk around without getting my hair done? Like, no, that's maintenance. But I want you to be thinking about, as we're approaching this new year and we're ending 2020, what are the ways that I can deposit deeply into myself for self-care that is going to satisfy, minister to me, support me in my goals, help me to identify goals. We're so talented. We do so many things well that zeroing in on something can also be challenging, right? I've got interests here. I do this well. How do I find the thing? How do I find the priority for myself? So this is going to be a great time over the next week or so to really dive in and ask that question that we started this with. What do I need in place to make me better? What do I need? For me, it was a life coach. For me, it was someone to help me with my business. For me, it was, Mia Redrick is my business coach. Many of y'all know that. Some of you may not. But think about, what is it? What is it that I need in place? Do I need a coach? Do I need a private coach, someone to work with me physically? Is that the thing that I've been saying I'm going to do, but I'm clearly not getting it done on my own? So do I need to sign up to work with a coach, whether it's virtually or whether where you live, it can be done safely in person? Do I need to, invest in a course of something that I've been wanting to learn? Do I, what is it? What is the thing? This is the moment. This is the moment to begin that process. If you're not part of our Facebook group, I would love for you to join. It's Habits of a Confident Mom. I'll put the link in the comments so that you can just click right on it. If you answer the questions, you'll be given access immediately. There's a free ebook in there waiting for you and it talks about the 7 habits of confident moms. Confident moms serve differently than moms who really are struggling with their confidence as a parent, as a woman, and all the other many hats we wear, a daughter, sister, friend. So I would love to have you join us in that group. The other thing I want you to be on the lookout for is as we get to the first of the year, I don't know if I'm going to do it on a Zoom call or if I'll do it live in the group again like this, but I want us to get together and really talk about how do we start 2020 strong? How you start a thing many times is the way you finish a thing. And so I have some goals and I want to start 2021 strong. And I would love to have you join me. So I'll give you some more information on that in the days ahead. But this was really all I wanted to share today. I wanted to give us 3 areas, 3 things, no resolutions, no vision board needed. I need to simplify. I need to check my investments and my return on those investments. And I need to start prioritizing the right things. So I have enjoyed this. I hope I've responded to all the comments. I've responded to all the ones that I see. Miriam says, thank you for this reminder to put ourselves first. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Miriam, for being here. I appreciate you. I will check back. If I've missed some comments, I promise I will respond. But right now, those are the only ones that I'm seeing. So Happy New Year, everybody. Be on the lookout for an invite to the event that's going to help us to be stronger. It'll be a Zoom call or something similar to this. Hey, Mickey, how are you? Hey, Diana, how are you? It's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for chiming in. We've got some interviews coming up too in the coming weeks. My girl, Diana Patton's going to be one of those amazing people. But listen, guys, 2020 has shown us we got way more than what we need. And we each have a way to impact our families and the world in a better way. And so let's start 2021 in doing that, okay? So good to see everybody. Have a great evening. Thank you, Diana. I'll check back for comments and I'll leave a couple of links up here about stuff that we talked about tonight. Okay, everybody, have a good night. Happy New Year.